Hi, everyone. This is Mindy Egan. This is the introduction to the Petite Frames stamp set and dies. This is such a fun set to allow you to frame your designs, whether it's little floral images or sentiments. We have a small stamp set with some layering images that I will walk you through, along with a lot of really great sentiments that are going to fit into your frames. And then the die set has a layering frame set to it, along with a few additional die cut floral images. So, the back of the packaging gives you the ideas on how you can add your die cuts or your sentiment to the frame. And then I'm also going to show you some examples of that as well. A few things about this stamp set that Concord and Ninth has included in here for you is they made it really easy to figure out which images go together. So we have 1A and 1B. So those two images will line up together. 2A, 2B, and 2C, and then 3A and 3B. Another thing they did to make this super easy for you is at the top of the stamp is a little like point in the actual design of the stamp. That doesn't stamp, that's just showing you which way is up. And I will show you how that works as I show you how to stamp these layers. Now, taking a closer look at the stamp set and the images on there, we have the three floral images at the top. Then we have sentiments like congratulations, you brighten my day, thanks, you're my favorite person. You deserve the very best. Hello, dear friend. Thanks for being so kind. And every day is better with you. And a lot of those sentiments you can see are specifically shaped to fit inside of the frame. Taking a closer look at the die set here, there's things I want to point out. So you have two ovals and two rectangles. Now, one of the ovals does not have a cutting edge in the center. That is your base piece. The other oval does have that raised or that cutting edge, and that's going to create your frame. And that's the same thing when it comes to the rectangle. One of them doesn't have that cutting edge in the center, so you would use that as your base. The other one does have that little bit of a lift to it or that cutting edge. And you can create so many different frames out of this, play with different color combinations or ink blending. There's also these die cut pieces. So you'd first cut it from green to give your leaves, and then you would layer on top your color of a flower and the center of the flower. So you have two options there. Now I'm going to walk you through the stamping of those floral images and how easy they are to use. So this one is 1A. It's going to stamp the greenery for our first flower. You can definitely use a stamping block, an acrylic block to stamp these. I just found it easier for me to use the Misty tool. I stamped that first one in artichoke ink. And now notice how at the top of that stamp, there is that little point. So we want to make sure that it's pointing up. I'm going to bring this in to show you how I layered that together. You can see where the stem is going to just come up to the bottom of the flowers. If you're not sure, you can always place a piece of acetate over the top and give it kind of a test stamp, and then rearrange if you need to. Now, I am stamping these flowers, and I think this was fig ink. I'm going to go ahead and start working on number two. So this is 2A to stamp your leaves. Here again, there's that point at the top. That little piece doesn't stamp, it's just there as a guide. So make sure that's pointing up, and then you can line up the petals of your flower with that kind of template that we stamped with the leaves. This one I am stamping in Harbor ink, and then this one does actually have a 2C, which is the center for your flowers. Again, just making sure that that little piece is pointing up, line it up in the center of your flower, and that one I stamped, I think, in Buttercup ink. Now for the third image, we have 3A, which is your greenery, your stem, and then we have 3B, which is going to have our little floral image. Again, that little piece is going to be pointing up. We line it up with the previously stamped image, and that I'm stamping in Nectar ink. And that one I'll go ahead and stamp twice so you can see it a little better on camera. So Concord and Ninth made that super easy for us to stamp out. Now we'll take a look at my card examples. So this one I used the frames. Now in the background, I have powder cardstock that I used with the Charming embossing folder. And then I have my frames. I just did these in white cardstock. I loved this color combination of Harbor, artichoke, nectar, and I believe that one was eggplant cardstock. I also have my sentiment heat embossed in white embossing powder on eggplant cardstock. So that was framing the die cut florals, but this one is a very clean and simple one layer card using those same color combinations that I just showed you and creating that beautiful floral arrangement right at the top of my card. This would be a real good one to mass produce and just change out the sentiment and make some fun note cards to give as a gift to somebody. And that's your closer look at the Petite Frames stamp set and die. Thanks for watching.